Hello everyone, welcome to another Branch Family video. Today we have a special treat for you guys. Monique will be preparing her shrimp and chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe below. And we
First, we're
welcome
going
all
to take some
comments as
butter,
well, so enjoy the
about
video.
half a stick,
Have a good one.
in the preheated medium pan. And we're just going to get the butter going for flavor and for non-stick. Next, she's going to add the seasoned marinated chicken. And we're just going to brown that and cook that until it's completely cooked through, or the internal temperature is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you stir it around so it doesn't stick, and it will get even color, caramelized, brown all over, nice, golden and delicious. So you let that go for a couple minutes, just until it's completely cooked through. With this dish, preparation is extremely important. Having all of the ingredients ready to go when you need them is paramount to be able to execute this dish. This dish is delicious. It's gonna turn out great every time, but preparation is key. I can't stress that enough. Hygiene and security also plays a major role in this. That's why we started with the chicken. We have to cook it to 165 degrees Fahrenheit to kill any bacteria that may cause foodborne illness. So we're just going to let that saute for a couple of minutes. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also don't be afraid to post comments. We read all the comments. If you want to try this recipe out, try it out. Let us know in the comments how it turned out. You can send pictures. You can post pictures of what your recipe turned out, how it turned out. We also welcome any tweaks. Once we share something with you, it's all yours. Feel free to tweak it. If it's too spicy, take away the red peppers, black pepper. Just make it your own. You can add a fresh garlic. You can add fresh herbs. That would really take this recipe over the top. Fresh parsley, basil will work really well. So yeah, get in there. Don't be afraid to make this recipe your own. That's the foundation of all cooking. Number one, coming from the heart, doing it with love, and number two, being able to tweak things. Next, she's going to add the shrimp, and we're going to follow the same instructions as the chicken. Make sure you cook it all the way to a minimum internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. This will kill all bacteria. And if you're allergic to shrimp, you can just use the chicken. If you're allergic to chicken, you can just use the shrimp. It's totally interchangeable. For our family, shrimp and chicken works really well for both of us, for all of us rather. Yeah, so she's gonna do the same thing with the shrimp that we've done with the chicken. She's just cooking it on medium to medium low heat, because shrimp cooks really fast and you don't want to overcook the shrimp because there's the texture issue. It gets very, very rubbery and just really not pleasant. So yeah, she's gonna cook the shrimp with the chicken because we want the flavors to marinate. We have the marinated chicken, and the shrimp is going to add the flavor to the chicken, all the while picking up all of the flavor that's in that pan. And it's very important that you use the same pan for cooking both, because the flavors is really going to be the foundation for the sauce that we make in a couple of minutes here. So yeah, we're just going to keep the chicken and the shrimp moving so it doesn't stick, doesn't burn, cooks all evenly throughout, and we want a nice even color. So this is what it looks like when it's completely cooked through, both the chicken and the shrimp. If the chicken releases too much juice or just a little bit too much water, don't hesitate to strain, or if you want to keep that flavor in there, you can keep it in. But for the sauce that we're going to make, if it's too much liquid, you can strain it and it won't compromise the flavor. So this is what it looks like when it's ready. We removed it from the pan, and now we're going to add a 1/4 cup or 1 stick of butter. And this is the beginning of the roux. A roux is a thickening agent for the sauce. It's going to add body, it's going to thicken it, and it will also hold it together when we melt the cheese, the Parmesan cheese, and the cheeses all in. So she's melting the butter. And if you notice, we're using the same pan that we used the chicken, that we cooked the chicken and the shrimp in, because we want that flavor. We didn't rinse it out. It's really a one pot meal, so we want all of that flavor. So the butter's almost melted here, and we're gonna add equal parts flour to make a roux. It's a thickening agent, like I said previously, and it's gonna add body to the sauce. So 1/4 cup of butter or 1 stick of butter, nice and melted. You can use a whisk or a wooden spoon. To that, she's adding a 1/4 cup of flour, again equal parts butter and flour that has been cooked, that constitutes a roux. So right now she's using the whisk to get all the lumps out and also cook the flour, the raw flour flavor out. And it's very important that you don't skip this step. Make sure you get all the crevices, all the lumps, make sure you get it all out. And it's very important that you cook it. It should have a nutty aroma, and the flour and the butter should be one homogeneous mixture. So right now this is what she's doing. She's making sure to get all the flour lumps out and make sure that the flour is cooked and it's incorporated with the butter. For those of you who want the recipe, again, we will post it in the description section of the video, and feel free to tweak it. Right now we're going to add a 1/2 gallon of whole milk. You can use heavy cream, you can use half and half. For this recipe we use whole milk. There's sometimes we've used half and half, heavy cream. Right now what we're doing is tempering the roux. That's adding a little bit of the liquid at one time to slowly incorporate it. This is so you don't get a lumpy sauce. So you add a little bit at a time and you stir to incorporate. There should be no lumps. And it's very, very important here that if you have a hot roux, please do not add a hot liquid. Add a warm liquid or a cold liquid. It's the only way it will properly incorporate and excuse me, become a homogeneous mixture. So right now she's just getting all the lumps out. She's making sure that the roux is being incorporated properly. Right now is when the heat goes from maybe medium to a medium low, just to make sure that everything is going as planned. If the heat is too high, turn it down, or if it's not happening fast enough, don't be afraid to bump it up to medium low or medium. But this is a crucial step in the foundation of building the sauce. So right now it's already mixed, so we're going to add the remainder of the milk. And it's very important that you continue to stir this and you keep an eye on this, because Milk can go from 0 to 100 really quick. It can boil over, cause a fire. So it's very important that you don't leave and you just keep mixing it as you bring this to a simmer. Right now will be a great time after it's been mixed to add or to switch spoons and go to a wooden spoon. We're going to add this spice mixture. There's a bit of complete seasoning, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and other seasonings. I will be sure to add those to the recipe in the description. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like, share, and comment our videos. So she adds it here, and with a wooden spoon, she's reduced the heat a little bit just to make sure that there's no lumps and that the seasoning is being evenly dispersed throughout the sauce. This is really going to add your flavoring. Right now, it's come to a boil and the roux is completely homogenized. The seasonings are homogenized, and she's adding 4 ounces of grated parmesan cheese. This will not only add a little bit of salt and flavor, but it will provide a creaminess aspect, especially when it melts into the sauce. So yes, she's adding the Parmesan cheese. This is the time, especially after it comes to a boil and you see, the body of the sauce, this is the time to lower the heat. So right now we're at a medium low or 2, 3, depending on the setting of your stovetop. And you're just going to stir until it's completely mixed in. And feel free to switch out for a whisk just to make sure everything is nice and homogenized. This is going to make for a very creamy sauce. This is really a great meal to have. Our family, we love this meal. We do it maybe once a month or so on Sundays when we have our family sit down meal. We're traditional in that way. We like to come together as a family and sit down and talk about what's going on, current events, how school. We're very traditional in that aspect. So everything that's coming along, now you're going to add carrots. Again, that's 8 ounces of carrots. You can use fresh carrots. These are crinkle cut carrots. It's just stuff that we had in the freezer. But feel free to use fresh. And you're just going to add them. You don't have to adjust the heat. They're going to cook fairly quick. Here's 16 ounces of chopped broccoli. It's florets and the stems finely chopped. Again, these are frozen vegetables. You can use fresh. Fresh is always best. But again, this is just things that we've had in our freezer. So she's going to add that to the sauce. And again, these vegetables don't take any time to cook. So after the Parmesan, add the carrots and the broccoli. And you just stir until it's incorporated. There's enough residual heat that it will cook the vegetables without ruining the sauce. So stir, stir. You can't stir this sauce enough, guys. So now this is a mac and cheese blend. It's one of 3 cheeses. It's a sharp cheddar, a Colby Jack cheese, and a mild cheddar. You can find this at any grocery store. It's a mac and cheese blend, or you can make your own blend, but nowadays pretty much any grocery store will have these special blends of cheese. And she added the mac and cheese blend, and that's 4 ounces. Next, this is a sharp cheddar. Again, this is also 4 ounces of cheese, shredded. You can adjust the amounts that suits your taste. You can take the cheese completely out of it, or these cheeses work really well with our family. And that's the beauty of this this recipe. It's completely interchangeable. You can tweak it, you can customize it, and make it your own. Feel free to do so, and let us know how it turns out for you guys. If you want to take the cheese completely out of it, you're very welcome to do so. And this is a provolone blend. It has provolone and Swiss Infantina cheese, better known as the Italian blend. Again, you can find this in any store, any grocery store, supermarket, specialty market, or you can make your own mix. And again, that's 4 ounces. So that's 4 ounces of the mac and cheese blend, 4 ounces of sharp cheddar, and 4 ounces of the Italian blend. And you're just going to mix until it's incorporated and melted evenly throughout. Be sure to stir because you don't want the cheese to get clumpy and stick together and not become a part of the sauce. It's very important to stir it. As you can see, the pan that we're using is a more shallow and wide pan than deep. It allows the increased surface area so we can stir. But if you have a different pan, it'll work the same. You just have to use the same principles, apply the same actions that she's doing as far as keeping it moving, making sure you're stirring it. Medium, low to low heat works best for this. This is not one of the sauces where you can turn the heat up and leave it alone. You have to stay here with it. Doesn't take a long time, but it is a little high maintenance. It requires your attention at all times. So the sauce is coming together nice. It's beautiful. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's cheesy. It's savory from the seasonings. And right now she's going to add the proteins, which is the cooked shrimp and the cooked chicken from earlier. And she's just going to add them right into the sauce. They're already cooked, so you don't have to worry about cooking them. You don't have to worry about any foodborne illnesses because we've taken care of that first. And you're just going to stir until it becomes a part of the sauce, and the residual heat from the sauce is going to get the chicken and the shrimp back up to temperature. This is a perfect time to lower the heat to low, and you can set that aside. Right now she's making 2 pounds of fettuccine pasta. Your favorite brand will works best. Really any brand of fettuccine will work as long as you love it. 2 pounds, and right now she's just added it to the boiling water. The water, might I add, is salted, and it has, we use butter because we like the flavor of butter, but you can use olive oil, sunflower oil, avocado oil. Any oil works best, but it is important because it will allow, or it will prevent rather, the pasta from sticking. This is what it looks like when it's done boiling. Just cook the fettuccine to the manufacturer's directions, whether it be 9, 11 minutes, what have you. Strain it, and now we're adding the cooked fettuccine to the sauce. And this is a very important step because it will allow the fettuccine and the sauce to absorb one another. The sauce is going to provide the creaminess aspect of it and the richness. The pasta is going to be the vessel to carry the sauce. So they're both very important. This is a very important step. Please don't skip it. This is on low heat just until As you can start to see, the pasta is starting to absorb the sauce. This is where you swap out to the we honestly don't know what to call it, but this instrument helps us with our pasta. And she stirs it just to make sure it's well incorporated. And this is what it looks like when it's finished.
Hey guys, this is the finished product. Thanks so much for watching this video, and don't forget to try it out and let me know if you like it.